Welcome back, RealVacantLand.com. I'm Luke Smith, and I'm passionate about doing data-driven real estate deals. So I've been studying, I've been looking, I've been watching lots of different things go by, and the markets have been changing. I keep talking about the markets changing, and some of the things that have changed with interest rates rising is that it's more expensive to, or it's more money per month to pay the interest to make the payment to buy a house, right? And so people are changing patterns. The last couple of years, the prices of manufactured homes have just gone wow. The prices of houses have taken off too, but maybe average on houses are up like 40% since before COVID. Average on a lot of manufactured homes in some areas are up over 100% since before COVID. They've gone up even more. It's because they're on the lower end price wise, and the lower end is hot. People are going after the cheaper stuff, the easier stuff, the things that they can actually afford to get and own and take off with, right? And so that stuff's taken off. So I have found this property, and I think there's a good opportunity here for a partner. We could team up together. I think for less than $10,000, we could turn that in your part, less than 10,000 from you, to more than 20,000, more like 25,000, maybe more. And so I'd like to take you through the case scenario of what I'm looking at on this property and how we can do that, and see if you'd like to work with me to do that. So let's jump into it. I'm pulling up a property. This one is in Wakulla County, Florida. The name of the town near here is Crawfordville. And this is a small lot. It's next to manufactured homes. There's manufactured homes all over the area. It's in the woods. It's got power, city water, city sewer. So this is city water, city sewer going right by in this paved road in front of the property. So we can get away with smaller homes. Now, let me change the order of what I was going to do. So I found a home in the area, and this one sold just recently, just happened. And so it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1475 square foot. And this is in the same town, the same area. It sold for $204,500. They don't even have it set up yet. They sell these things before they're even set up. Like they're putting the land and the home together, and they put them up for sale, and people buy them before they're totally ready. You know, it's all staged fake pictures, right? You can take those same staged fake pictures and put them in our listing. You know, we use the same broker, the same agent, and they can write the same kind of copy. And so this one, they posted this thing on the market February 2nd of 2024. They asked $192,900. And then February 14th, which is like Valentine's Day, right? Hey, honey, we got a home. It went contingent, and it was still 192,900 because they didn't say what it actually sold for yet. And by the time it closed, it was April 3rd by the time it closed, because it took a little bit of time to get the thing delivered and set up, right? It's not your typical 30-day close. And so they got it set up, and they got $204,500. That's more than they put it on the market for. So let me do those numbers again. 192,900 is what they asked, and they got 204,500. Maybe they put some closing cost credits in there or something, or maybe they had a couple people that wanted it and they put them against each other to get the price to go up. I'm not sure what the exact story is, but if we hired the same broker, we could hear the story and she'd probably go do it again. And so part of the description of this home, they talk about Clayton Homes. Clayton Homes, and it's the brand, the model that they did is the Rio. And so I've been talking to Clayton dealers and Clayton people, Clayton timelines, Clayton finance. I've been studying it and others. And I pulled up the Rio. So here's the Rio, and we can look at some pictures. They're asking in this area, to get one, they've got them in stock. The local Clayton guys have them in stock, so we don't even have to wait for them to get made, which was, the problem in the past was the timelines was so long. I try to do these deals in the past, you got to wait a year to get the home. But now they got them in stock, right? And so here's their cartoons of the home, and it's basic, home. It's a beautiful setup. They got all professional shots, and we can use the exact same ones to go sell the home. And yeah, so there's you can see what it's going to look like before it happens, because you're just getting the same thing off the shelf. And so we can take that home and put it on land and make it happen. Now, down the street, I found another one that sold down the street. And so this is a different model, a different make, but there's just a couple lots over from us. I don't even think this home is showing up in the satellite view. This one's a 5 bedroom, 2 bath, and this was a little bit ago. This one sold on the same street. This one sold for 175,000, but this was in 2022. So it's been a bit of time since they actually traded on this street. I couldn't find any recent trades on this street, but this is an example on the street. And this is where they're talking about the utilities. Um, this listing and others are talking about the local, whatever, I'm going to get lost on the screen, but the local water company. Yeah, here we go. Water company and, sewer, local sewer and high speed internet and everything else. I found another one in the neighborhood. This is a smaller, funnier looking one. Oh, I wanted to do, yeah, but okay, so here's a more recent one. So this one was a year ago. This one sold. This is a different size, different model. This is old. This is $139,000. It's not the same story I'm telling with that newer one, but they listed this on 3/1 of last year and sold on 3/8 of last year. I mean, it's like 130. They got the exact price they're asking for. So if we go back and let me throw this in the background. So if we go back and we look at this, what I'm asking for is somebody who wants to buy this land. I've got an agreement to buy this land for $3,850. I would like $500 in paperwork, making it do all the paperwork and make it all happen, or logistics stuff. So I'm putting a link in the description of this video for $500. So go first person to check out on that gets this deal. We can work together and make this one happen. So the 500 bucks does all the paperwork. You still have to pay for the land. It's $3,850. So for this $3,850, I'll do the paperwork and make it happen. You're gonna have to like wire money somewhere eventually to pay for it. And now, then the land will be in your name to your land. Looking at other land like this in the area. I mean, this is my deal is I can get this thing a good price, $3,850. I looked around before I made this video. The cheapest land trade like this in the area that I could find was $12,000. I'm looking at a different screen with my notes. It's $12,000. The cheapest listing like this that I found in the area was $14,000. So if everything goes wrong and we can't put a manufactured home here for some reason, I think you can still sell the land for like triple or 4 times what we're buying it for. So we got a bunch of room for error. And that's I think the value that I'm bringing to the table is this cheap land, and the how to do it. And so then you got the land in your name. So now we go to the Clayton dealer guys and we say, we'd like to put a manufactured home here. They'll come look at the land. They'll make sure everything looks good. And they'll say, okay. And they've got 5% down kind of financing. And so this building, this house, they're asking about $100,000 for it, but they'll wrap in the setup. They'll connect the utilities, the sewer, the water. They'll put foundation. They'll and the electricity hookup. They'll do some work underneath it so it'll sit in the right place, and they'll put a driveway in. They'll get some trees out of the way. They'll do all that stuff. So we're probably talking right around $130,000 kinds of numbers to get the thing there, delivered, set up, ready to go. And then we go get it on the market, probably around that $200,000 number that the last one just sold for, not very far from here. We get the same broker. If we can get the same broker, we'll try to get the same broker who knows how to sell these things right quick and sell it before it's even set up. We'll use these pictures from the manufactured home dealer to show people what the thing looks like and give them the address of the property and the pictures of what's coming. Say it's coming. When it's there, do you want it? And you go. And so the Clayton dealer will want to use, they'll want 5% down. So you could either give them cash for 5% down, you could pay cash for the whole thing and not borrow at all. You could use the land as collateral. So a couple $1,000s, the 3,850 that you're paying for the land is collateral. You probably have to add a couple $1,000 on there to get up to the 5% of 130-ish kind of number to pull it off. And then they will deliver the home. They'll set up, they'll do the site prep, they'll set it all up and start marketing it with the broker to get it sold. And it's a payment. So you are signing up under your name and your credit, not mine, to own this thing and own the home. And then when it's sold, the sale pays off the debt and pays off, all the fees and everything that's involved. That's part of the debt. And then there's profit. And I would like to split that profit 50-50. So we take out the cost of the land, we take out the cost of the financing, we take out the cost of the setup and everything. And what's left between, doing this and selling it, I would like to split that with you 50-50 for putting this deal together. And I don't want this to be a one-off deal. I want to do it again and again and again in other properties. I think I can keep bringing more of these properties to you in different ways. They might not be the same street or the same county, but I think there'll be something like this to do it again and again in the future. So if you've got the credit and the income and the willingness to put up maybe $10,000, probably that 5% in the beginning of $130,000, a combination of land purchase and sending a little bit of money to the home dealer to pull it off, signing the paperwork that it's going under your name and credit. And if your credit's not there, your income's not there or something, they might ask for 10% or 20% or something more to pull this off. And that ball's in your court to jump over. So it might be more. And then however long it takes them to pull this off and sell the thing. It's a normal 30-year mortgage, and it's often 30 to 60 days out from signing for the house. So if it takes longer to sell this thing, you might be doing 1 or 2 or 3 mortgage payments. If it takes longer, you got to keep making the more mortgage payments. It's in your name until it happens, and that'll just keep lowering or increasing the cost of this trade, and reducing the profit margin the longer it takes. But the idea is to do this as fast as possible and make it happen and split the proceeds to go do it again and again and again. I'm looking for that person who likes to do that kind of trades, willing to work with me, and wants to do that. So if that's you, please go to the link in the description of this video, check out with the $500 to cover all the paperwork stuff I'll be working on to pull this off. And, it'll be some information gathering in there, like your name and address and stuff like that. And let's do it. Let's go make it happen. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith at ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one.